Good afternoon. As you can see, these flies are pretty fucking bad. I'm about an hour outside of Port Hedland. Desert Rat decided to drive out into the desert for a bit of training. Today I want to go climb some mountains. Carry more kit than normal. Got the old bush hat on, save my bald head from getting burnt. Oh, just come past this an opening of this mountain and the breeze came through. All of a sudden the flies have massively reduced, which is awesome. Alright, let's get up to some high ground and have a chat. Very treacherous underfoot here. On every few meters, make sure I'm looking up, plotting my path forward. Never been here before, so trying to negotiate the easiest route possible. Alright, let's go. Fuck, it's hot. Fucking flies. I have to turn the camera off for this. I had planned on stopping and having a bit of a chat with you guys at the top of this hill. But as you can see, these fucking flies, I'm getting my pack on and getting straight the fuck out of here. Speak to you in a bit. Well, that didn't exactly go to plan. My original intention was to get up to the top of that hill and then take a moment to enjoy the scenery and talk you through some of my equipment. But as you can tell from the footage, those flies were so bad. I think I swallowed a couple, had a few go up my nose. It was just so unpleasant, I wasn't going to stay there. A good experience though. I drive past that kind of mountain range quite often. I've always kind of wanted to climb those mountains. But yeah, I thought I'd take an opportunity to show you some of the kit and equipment that I carry. First of all, this is a South African assault vest, piece of equipment that I would wear sometimes, perhaps in jungle operations and things like that. Loads of pouches for ammunition. Obviously, I don't need any ammunition here. The good thing with the South African assault vest, there is a large pouch on the back here where you can carry a camelback. Lots and lots of pockets, easy to access. So the first thing that I never go anywhere without is a compass, an essential piece of survival equipment. Never go anywhere without a compass. I've also got in here a multi-tool. This is a Leatherman Surge. Always need a multi-tool. Always need a torch. What else do we have in here? I've got a tourniquet in here, some extra rations, just some muesli bars and things like that. In the back here, first aid kit, very, very important. One of the biggest risks to me going out in areas like that is snake bites, so I've got a number of compression bandages in here. So if I get bitten by a snake, I will apply pressure to the bite. Start with a compression bandage and go up the limb and down the limb to slow the blood flow so that the venom doesn't spread through your blood system. Here I've got my warm mug, which I never go anywhere without. There's normally a sweet cup of tea in there. What else do we have here? I feel like I'm missing something. GPS. Always carry a GPS with me. And a knife. I've always got a knife. I've got the multi-tool, but just a general purpose knife is absolutely essential. Now, when it comes to equipment in the backpack, because what I want to do, I want to go out and I want to train, and I want to carry weight on my back. That's how I like to train, just like I did in the Special Forces. You know, we get used to traveling really long distances, carrying a lot of equipment. I don't just want to fill my bag up with bags of sugar or something. I actually want to carry equipment that is useful and is going to help me out when I need it in times of need. So I've also got here a small pair of binos, not essential, but I do like to carry them. Got my pair of gloves. I should have probably worn them today climbing up a few of those rocks. Some emergency rations. Now, back in the day, emergency rations for me would be an MRE or two. These days, I literally just carry a couple of man shakes. I'm not a huge fan of drinking these, they taste like shit. But for something really lightweight that can really give your body a boost of energy should you need it, throw them into a 1 litre water bottle. Actually doesn't need a 1 litre, probably half a litre, with a man shake, and it'll give you plenty of fuel to keep going for a short period of time. I also carry a large signal map. So if I ever do get completely lost, we used to use these in the Special Forces for marking helicopter landing zones and stuff like that. It's a pretty remote country I'm in out here. If I was to take a tumble and break my leg, and they've got the Royal Flying Doctors or Air Search out looking for me, I would have this laid out. Right, what else do we have in the main compartment of the backpack? This is a Camelback pack. I like Camelback packs because they're specially designed to carry a 3 litre Camelback molded into part of the backpack. So I always have a 3 litre Camelback. This water bottle here I carry in this South African assault vest in this pouch, and that is for if ever I was, let's say something happened in one of those river crossings and I lost my backpack, I'm not completely without drinking water. I've got a litre of drinking water in here. Normally, that's like an emergency ration of water. I will leave that till very last and mainly use the Camelback. So in here I've got a basher. This is pretty much a large waterproof piece of sheeting. This is my shelter should I need it. Cyclone season up here, if I get stuck out there and a cyclone comes through, I can erect one of these off some rocks and some trees pretty simply. It just ends up looking like a lean-to, but it'll give me the kind of shelter that I need. Doesn't get cold enough where I'm operating to need a sleeping bag, but I do have a dry bag in case it rains, which is basically a Gore-Tex bag. In the British military, if you're in a cold environment, you would have your sleeping bag inside a bivvy bag. We call it a bivvy bag. In this kind of climate, I just need the bivvy bag as a sleeping system. And the last and most essential piece of equipment, even though it's baking hot here in Australia and I'm sweating my tits off all day, is my dry kit. This never ever comes out of my pack. There is nothing worse than being cold. It really hinders your ability to kind of do anything. So my warm kit, it's in a dry bag because there's no point in having warm kit that gets wet. Even here in Australia, in this time of year, of a night time, it's still relatively a nice temperature, but if the rain comes in and then you start getting wet, you can get cold. The famous SAS mission, or infamous I should say, Bravo 20, where an 8-man team went behind enemy lines in Iraq during the first Gulf War to take out some of Saddam's Scuds. A very flawed mission. A number of the men got captured. One of them, Chris Ryan, he walked all the way to Syria, 200-300 kilometers to the Syrian border to escape. I believe one man died in a firefight, but the other 2 men who died on Bravo 20 died of hypothermia because they didn't have warm kit with them. My warm kit, I've had this piece of, I've had this thing for years. This is what we call a softie. It's basically made out of sleeping bag material, and it's just a jacket for your upper body. And that thing stinks. That probably needs a wash. That hasn't been out of there in a long time. But that's pretty much the kit and equipment that I carry when I go out training. I thought you might find it a little bit interesting to see what it is that I carry. So preparations for Joefest 2022 are going extremely well. I'm really looking forward to getting to the States, to meeting some of you people in person, and of course meeting Mr. Bobby Valor and doing my best to represent the brand, the Action Force brand, as well as I can. So we're on track for Joefest 2022, and Desert Rat wants to see as many of you there as possible. All right, take care, squeezers. Desert Rat signing off.